experience for Doga and Nyx.
All right.
And we're just gonna talk about some main points and what we liked, what we didn't like, some technical aspects of the game, and so on. I think it's just fair to start with the gameplay, as this game received a lot of praise for its gameplay, and for the community it was well received. So
It actually won Game of the Year, I believe.
it won a lot of things, I think. So
Yeah.
I don't even know.
So like the basis of this game is that it's a co-op game. It's one of the few games that must be played in co-op. It's not a single player game
With co-op.
with co-op aspects. It's strictly a co-op game in the same vein as like A Way Out. You know, that was actually made by the same company. That was their first game.
Oh, every time you talk about anything on this game, you would have to mention the co-op. Doesn't matter what you say about it. It's because it's a co-op based game. So
It's the focus.
exactly, it's a focus. It's kind of hard for me to tell you how you play the game, because every time you go into a new world, you kind of change styles.
So I don't know. Let's start with the difficulty. How did you're a kind of a newer gamer? How did you find? Was it hard to get into this?
I mean, I think it was really well done, because every time we would enter to a new world and we had to learn a new mechanic, it was done
Seamless, right?
yeah, seamless. Like, it was easy to learn. They'll tell you, hey, just do this, that's your special power right now, and have fun. And you kind of just go with that.
So yeah, I find the moment to moment gameplay was very easy to pick up and learn. Every level had a sort of unique gimmick that you mentioned that was more or less that was really enjoyable. The platforming is never anything outlandish.
Oh, that too. I think it's mostly because I'm a new gamer, but for me, when it comes to platforming, the difficult part is depth perception. I think for this game, I kind of struggle a little bit when we had to jump to places like the clock area, where you have to backtrack time and all of that, and then I had to jump to different platforms and stuff. I a lot of times would end up falling because it was kind of hard, but other than that, it was really good.
Yeah.
It was nice to explore around.
That was the one level in this whole game where I think the mechanic was a little weaker. Not only do you get a new gimmick every level, the gimmick is different between the two characters. The two characters play completely separate.
But in sync. So
But in sync.
even though we do have different powers at the time, we still require each other to move forward, which is what makes the game really good.
It's co-op.
Yep.
The mini games that show up never outstay their welcome. And
That too.
though that was actually genuine fun. That was a tear was actually brought to my eye the first time we came up against the mini game with the hammer. If you remember that,
Oh yeah, yeah.
the whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole, yeah.
That we had more fun with that than I expected, and every mini game that followed was always enjoyable. All these mini games were also optional too. It never got in the way.
It was actually a fun kind of Easter egg that we would wanna
Yeah,
find.
it felt like an Easter egg.
It's like when we would go through a new stage, the first thing that we were gonna do is, hey, let's find this new mini game, because they're actually hella fun. So it was enjoyable. So story wise,
The story. How would I start with the story? This is the story. It is the way the story is structured. You don't want to play this game with your homie. This is not a homie game. This is a couples game. So luckily, we're here.
yeah.
As a couple, but I can't take up one. Even though I 100% recommend this game in all capacity, I can't look at my bro and be like, "Yo, let's run." It takes two. That's not gonna happen.
I kind of agree. The story, I don't really want to spoil too much, but the story took a lot of turns. It was weird, and then it became weirder. And when you thought it could not get more weird, it would just surpass.
Words.
So, yes, so it just take you by surprise every single time. So yeah, the story was interesting, if I say.
For a quick rundown, without spoiling too much, it's couples therapy.
Yeah, hardcore couples therapy.
In terms of recommendations, obviously recommended to couples of age. One part of the story, I don't know if I would even recommend to kids.
Which one?
The torture scene. That made me feel weird.
Yeah, this game has a lot of surprises.
I don't want to ruin that, just that part was a little
Too much.
weird.
Yeah, yeah. If it looked any more realistic than what it is, it would be a creepy game.
True.
So I think it knew where the line was, and it did not pass it.
It's like that movie Caroline without so much of the creep factor.
Yes, yes. Which I'm glad this game didn't do that, because I would not like it as much as I do. I think it's in one of my probably top 5 co-op games from the past 10 years.
Yeah. When it comes to like even the level design, everything is pretty streamlined. There is a point where the game does kind of open up a lot more.
Mm.
It doesn't ask you to explore. The exploration is up to you, but you are always rewarded for exploring. Everything is just nice to look at. At one point, the game not necessarily incentivizes you to just relax and take it easy and just play in the playground and such, but as it opens up, you just kind of want to look at everything, push every rock, see how things react to things, because everything has so much life and is so vibrant and attracting.
Yeah. Co-op aspect of this game, how well you get along with whoever you're playing, basically. I would say the co-op aspect is, I think, is really smooth. It's really good, because when we were looking at a way out, the co-op, yes, it was there. However, it was more like, hey, you do this, then I take a turn to do this.
Yeah.
Right? For It Takes Two, yeah, there are moments that still happens because it's the same people that are making this game. However, I can do my own thing, explore somewhere, have fun with this, even move on with the story, while Doga can go and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, we both have to be together to smoothly move through the story.
Yep. It's not like Portal 2 or something like that, where when you're playing a co-op game, one person dictates what everybody else is doing.
Exactly.
This game doesn't feel like it has a needs a designated leader.
Yep. Which you have your own space to work with. And for example, those games that are multiplayer just because they're famous, and they're usually a single player game. So what that means is when you're going through the story, the main person is the one that controls the camera, where you go, who you interact with, and all of that. In this game, that doesn't happen. You interact with whatever you want to interact with, and you have your limitations, of course, because at the end of the day, the puzzles are co-op, so you can't process completely without the other person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the only thing, or the main thing, that I struggled with this game was the spider aspect. The no warning, just, hey, here is a creepy crawling spider with the sound effects and everything, really high detailed. Good luck. That is the only thing that I did not like about the game and was unable to play. So Doga kind of had to play both characters at the same time so he can get through that level.
Yeah, so for context, Nyx here is a high-level arachnophobe. That's kind of the one thing that I would just add to the accessibility. Just some sort of spider warning or accessibility feature for spider phobes. As this one level kind of appeared out of nowhere, transitioning between levels, you never know where you're going to go. And this one level focused specifically front and center on spiders. So as Nyx explained, it forced me to have to play this whole game crab armed with 2 controllers.
Yes.
Using my pinky and thumb to control both controllers and run through a chase scene.
Yeah.
which
Time sensitive, which was not okay.
not the greatest moment.
Yeah.
Like overall, I actually liked the spider mechanic. That was fine, but or it
If
was
it
cool.
was if it was a different animal, maybe.
A caterpillar would have worked nice.
I was gonna say like a beetle or something.
A beetle doesn't have. You need the silk still.
Oh, true.
That was actually my only thing. It's hard to mess with this game. This game was already near perfect, so I can't complain about any of the aspects. Everything was good. The boss battles, the day to day, the replay value is super high. This is a game I'm definitely gonna come back to. The visuals aren't gonna age out anytime
That's true.
soon.
Same here. I agree with you. And for this game, what makes it really special is how personalized each character is. Even though sometimes, like the magnet power, for example, we both got, it was personalized to the character. So one got blue, one got red, right? The movement as well as the character, it wasn't the same for both. When we went skating, your character would skate more aggressively and faster, while mine figure skater, which it was a nice touch, and I think it goes a long way when you do things like that.
Yeah, all the animations were unique and varied between the two characters. There was a lot of care put into this game, and it really shows. Recommend 100%. If you have the opportunity to play this game, experience it. You can't do that. You're gonna get us canceled.
I know, right?
Anyways, yeah, that's a joke, everyone.